Double-digit deficit will make it tough to...
Coming up this Thursday night, December 3rd, Dirk Nowitzki and the...
And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, it was a great look, and it set up a three-point basket. He scanned the perimeter, found his teammate in space, and put the pass right. Well, tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. An impressive win for the Warriors.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
A little bit closer to the win now, and they'll be halfway to a sweep of the season series once they wrap this one up.
That's right. It's just a two-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
You look at the stats, and you'll see just how dominant a game this was for the self-proclaimed Mr. Perfect. He was doing everything right, and the points seemed to come in bunches. He definitely had the hot hand.
And for Golden State, Curry and Thompson, the Splash Brothers in the backcourt. Harrison Barnes is out there with Mr. Perfect, and it's Bogut in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Milwaukee, 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time living that one down later when they watch it on tape.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Thompson and Barnes, the 2 and 3. Bogut out there with Mr. Perfect, and it's Curry in at the 1.
And a terrific...
We've got basketball at Oracle Arena, the home of the Warriors in Oakland, California, live on 2K Sports. First game back in Golden State for the Warriors. They're ready to play. Game after game, the unbroken streak of wins to start their season continues.
Well, you know, they've only played these guys once during the regular season, but they did beat them. So they've got to feel pretty good about their chances. The matchup seems to be pretty good for them.
And, Steve, if they win this one, that'll technically make it a 2-0 sweep. Not a major accomplishment, but still something you could feel good about.
A look at the Magic starting group. At the 2 and 3, it's Oladipo and Tobias Harris. Gordon and Vucevic, the big men inside. And it's Beverly.
Oh, how about that basketball fan?
Beautiful.
Wow.
Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks there.
I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that again.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And, guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone. It was that good.
And to do it on the road, too. I mean, with the way they just kept coming at him, they kept that crowd out of the game the entire time. That's good work.
In the corner, it's Harris. With 4 seconds on the clock, missed inside. Can't get it to go. And we reached the end of the first quarter. The Warriors on top. They lead by 6. And we'll be back in just a moment.
This Thursday night, December 3rd, Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks go up against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. You don't want to miss it.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
Yeah, the defense has been terrific. They came out right from the beginning alert and focused, and they've been really good at that end of the floor.
And I think Coach has to be pleased with the effort, Steve.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Orlando, Fournier and Harris filling out the perimeter. Channing Frye out there with Kyle O'Quinn, and it's Beverly in at the 1. 4 on the clock. Fournier, no good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Their last encounter was in Orlando, where they were able to handle the Magic.
Yeah, that was an easy one. And the reason was that, remember, they shot the lights out in that game. Their shooting percentage was off the charts.
And Beverly kicks to Frye. Misses from short range. Magic on defense. 8-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Tough game to lose, really. They actually put up a great fight, I thought. But, you know, when you're battling for a road win, even when you play hard, nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah, I think it's something they learn from, though. I mean, you have to convert the positives, even from a loss like that, into momentum for your next game. They got to take what they did well and kind of double down the efforts here tonight.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Warriors lead by 10. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Okay, guys, solid play so far. I like what I'm seeing. But just a few things to talk about before
The second half just about to get going here. Nice game. Great performance from Mr. Perfect.
Well, he created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And tell you what, he was smart with you. Really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring.
Curry and Thompson, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Harrison Barnes is out there with Mr. Perfect, and it's Bogut in at the center. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the other way with it.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Bangs home the trifecta. Mr. Perfect's got his team on the board first here in the second half for the Warriors. Now here's Beverly, guarded by Curry. In the corner, it's Gordon. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Now here's Here's Curry. He's guarded closely. Here's Mr. Perfect, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
They're playing with a purpose, guys. The big lead becoming bigger. I like the look in their eyes.
And it's on both ends that they've been controlling the action.
Now here's Beverly, guarded by Curry. Beverly, the pass to Vucevic. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And the Magic making a change here. And here comes Curry. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Here's Mr. Perfect, and that one is stuffed right through.
Boy, they've been so sound offensively in the second half. I love the way they're playing.
Yeah, there's really no comparison in the shooting percentages between the teams since the break.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. The Warriors on top, leading by 17. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter.
Tune in Friday, December 5th. Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors go up against the Chicago Bulls, live from United.
And let's quickly have a look at the State Farm assist of the game, which came, Steve, from kind of an unlikely source here.
Yeah, it's the big fella here doing his impression of a point guard, serving up a brilliant feed here. That's gorgeous.
Here's Curry.
Well, tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. An impressive win for the Warriors.
You know, Clark, their big advantage was points in the paint.
Well, they pounded that ball inside, Kevin, and operated down low. It worked for them consistently.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And a one-sided season series this has been. I mean, in the final game of the year between these two teams, they do everything necessary to finish up with a 2-0 record against the Magic.
Beyond the actual result of this game, I think fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for the self-proclaimed Mr. Perfect. Every time he shot it seemed like it was just going to drop in, and nobody was surprised.
Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Channing Frye. Then it's Evan Fournier. Then there's Mo Harkless, and it's Miles in at the point guard. Here is Miles.
Yeah, no way you can come back from this deficit.
Just not enough time left on the clock.
Curry passes to Mr. Perfect. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
The feed to Harkless. There's a screen. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Here's Mr. Perfect. No good. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly